guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be having a look at Clanview. So Clanview is a website that allows you to build a three-dimensional model of your family tree. Super cool, right? So I recently started using Clanview after the lovely people at Clanview reached out to me and asked me to try out their product. So this isn't a sponsored video, just to let you know. They didn't pay me for this. This is all my own opinion. So since trying it out, I've been really impressed by it. It has so many amazing features and it allows you to do so much that other websites really don't. So before starting today's video, I just thought I'd remind you to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. So today I thought I would just give you a look at Clanview and I'll show you my account just so that you can see what it looks like and what it offers. And I think you'll love it. So let's get into it. Okay, here we are on Clanview's homepage. That is at clanview.com. So as you can see in the top right hand corner, you will see my account. So I'll click on that so that I can log myself in. And it saved my details from last time. So you'll have to set up an account if you don't have one. And yeah, I have to prove that I'm not a robot. Or am I? And then you can see my account. And if I click on Clanview Manager, then that gets me to my sort of homepage where I can create new Clanviews. I can see the different products. That's the different subscriptions. So it'll tell me how many active Clanviews I have, how many amount of people can I have in my trees, and how many published Clanviews, and when I need to renew my subscription if I'm continuing it. So underneath it has all the family trees that you might have published. I've only got one here. That's my bridge family tree as an example. And wow. How cool is that? So that is my bridge family tree. That's not the whole tree, but that's the start of the tree. So as you can see, I can move and manipulate that screen around so that I can see different areas, different generations, see the children's names coming off that. So yeah, it moves just to the touch. And if I want to look at a particular couple, I just double click on the golden ball there, and that shows me their marriage and place and date. And I can see the two people there who I'm looking at, Margaret Garner and Michael Skaysbrook. And if I drag it across, you can sort of see their children underneath. But for example, if I want to look at their son right there in front, William, I can just double click on his info and it brings it up, and I can scroll through and we can see any of the details that I've added to him in my tree. So I can't add the details in Clanview. This has all been uploaded from my GEDCOM, but it's everything from the GEDCOM. And if I click on the little plus sign above his head, it'll show a down arrow. That'll give me just him, his descendants. If I'd added children, I haven't, obviously. And click on it again and we get the up arrow. So it's just a single click to the plus sign and a double click to the arrow. So the down arrow will give me descendants and the up arrow will give me ancestors. I can go back home. So hopefully we're keeping up with this, but I'm going to go over it a couple of times. This is just so much fun to play with, you'll see. And okay, let's say I want to look at someone a bit further back. I'll double click on these guys. Elizabeth Sullivan and William Sloan. That's their marriage and their children underneath them. If I click on Elizabeth's plus sign, we get the up arrow and the sideways arrow. So the up arrow is going to give me her ancestors, which I've only got parents there for her. See, everyone behind them are just sort of blank, so I'd need to add them in still. So I click on the plus arrow again, and click the down arrow, and I get her other marriage to Mahoney, and clearly a child from that as well. So click on the plus again, and we can have a look at the sideways. The sideways gives me multiple marriages. So the sideways arrow will only appear in relatives who have more than one marriage. And if I drag that around, I can sort of see both of her husbands with both sets of children. So let's say that one of my relatives has a look at this tree and they think, actually, I know something about this Mahoney. They single click on this person and then click on the feedback to author. And they can put their name in there. So I'm going to put it's from me. And then they can just type in whatever it is that they know. So they can let me know any information that they have. And so they can request that I'll add it to the tree and click on the little send button. And then that's going to send an email to whoever created the Clanview. So in my case, it's me. It'll send an email to me. But that allows your relatives to have input into the tree. So going back home, let's take another look at the people further up my tree. So I'm going to click on the little plus sign right up here at the top. So I click once and then I double click the arrow. And here we have Edward Tully, his ancestors. So they're all my ancestors. It's just going way further back my tree. So you can see what I've got in there. I've got one side and the other side, his maternal side on the left and paternal side on the right. Now, if I click specifically on Edward's little down arrow, we can see just his family. So there's him and his wife, Rachel Dart, and just their children. So as you can see, some of them have plus signs, some of them don't. If they've got the plus sign, it means there's an option for me to look at their descendants, or potentially they would have other marriages if they had the side-to-side arrow. These guys, obviously, I've just only got descendants. So yeah, I can just focus in on this little family. Let's look at Rachel Dart's ancestors. So I've done pretty well on her side of the tree, especially her maternal side. Sorry, paternal side. So you see those little guys up the back that are still silver. That's the ones that I haven't yet managed to fill in. So back to Rachel, back to her family, and back to home. So as you can see, it's all pretty easy to navigate. It just requires a little bit of playing around to get used to. So let's say that I want to search for a particular person within the tree. I can click on this search button and type in Mary Wakely. Oopsie oops. Surname first, not first name first. So, Wakely. And then I get the drop down menu where I can click on Mary. So if I was looking for somebody in particular and I just couldn't find them, that'll bring me to her. So there she is with her parents, and clearly I haven't managed to go back further on her tree. But we can do her down arrow and look at her husband and children. So the search function's really handy if you're just trying to find someone quickly and you just can't be bothered navigating and finding them. So let's say Darius Wilson, one of her sons, that's my direct ancestor. I can now look at his family, his wife, his children. So I'm really specifically just looking at my particular line, but it's really easy to see siblings and offshoot branches without... When you're in a lot of the traditional websites, you know, it's a lot harder to see all those offshoot branches, but they're so much more clear in this view. So back to the beginning again. If I want to share this with one of my relatives, you can see I'm given this unique Clanview link. So when I click the share button, and that link I can then copy and send in an email to anybody and they can have a look at my tree. If I want to send it to a particular relative, it's helpful to type in that their name at the top, because the link that it gives me then makes them the home person. So they're now looking at the tree from their perspective rather than just from mine. This is super duper handy for relatives, so they don't have to look at it from your perspective, they're looking at it from theirs. It's more individualized. Is individualized a word? Anyway. Let's go back to the home page and have a look there at the dashboard. So if you want to do a new Clanview, you just click on that. Now you'll need a GEDCOM file, and you can obviously get that from any of the major sort of web building sort of ancestry sites, so ancestry.com, all the ones from that drop down menu. It even gives you the option of other. So I got mine from ancestry.com. If you click on that, it actually gives you the instructions on how to get your GEDCOM file. It's really straightforward. You shouldn't have any problems with it, but they've got those great directions there just in case you're having troubles. And then you click next. That's just confirming that you actually have figured out how to get your GEDCOM file. And then you can name your new family tree and choose a file, which would be your GEDCOM file. And then down the bottom, you get the option to exclude living person details. So it'll have the first name, but nothing else there. But you might want to include those details. Considering the tree's private and it's just going to be shared amongst family, you might not mind that. And then you just click next and it'll help you create that tree. But I'm not going to create this one right now. So I'll go back home. But yeah, it's really easy. Back to my Clanview manager. I'll just show you the different products. So if you click on it, you can have a look at the subscriptions to start with, but publishing packs are another option. The subscriptions are actually slightly better value, but if you're not comfortable with a subscription, then yeah, a publishing pack. So with the subscriptions, you can start out with the free one, which I highly recommend just so that you can at least try it out and see what you think. The issue is that you only have 250 people maximum, so you can't really build a huge tree, but you can build yourself a little one and see how it fits for you. And then you can move up to sort of amateur, hobbyist, and pro. So amateur and hobbyist, depending on how big your tree is, how many trees you might want to have. And pro has a 10,000 people limit, so that's quite big. So I don't imagine many people other than professionals might, but you never know, and good for you if you have 10,000 people in your tree. So yeah, you've got a few options there, and you can cancel those at any time. You can come and go. So it's really good if you just want to have it for a while and use it to share with all your relatives, and then you might cancel it for a little while and do some more work on your tree, and then you might get another subscription to share it again. So yeah, it's nice and easy to sort of come and go. The publishing packs, that's the difference. So they are just sort of a one-off payment, and you'll still just have a month's use, and you get the same sort of benefits as the subscription. So Clanview is also set up for touch devices like smartphones and tablets. So I'll just show you, I tested it out just on a smartphone and it was really responsive. So if you're sharing it with family members, they can open it up on their phone or their tablet and just play around with it. And it's really, really easy to use on any kind of device. And also, just to reiterate, there are different subscriptions, so I highly recommend just going in and trying out the free one. It's really easy to sign up and you can just test it out on a small tree and see if you enjoy it. Like I really did. I am sold. And if you have any other questions, definitely reach out to the people at Clanview. They're really lovely and helpful, and so they will definitely help you with anything else that you need. And just keep in mind, they let me know that they are currently working on their subscription plans and publishing packs. So those might actually change over the coming months, so keep an eye on that as well. But I highly recommend giving it a go. I found it so useful, and it's particularly great just for sharing. So previously I've used websites like Ancestry and your other sort of general online tree building websites, but they're always really hard to share with my family members. So if people aren't right here with me, I have to either send them my login details so they can look at my tree, and then I have to cross my fingers that they don't accidentally alter anything on my tree, or they have to sign up for their own account, which, you know, not everyone wants to do that. So with Clanview, I've got my account and I can just send my links to anyone and anyone can open it up. They don't need a password, they don't need their own account. It's just ready to go. They can look at it and they can send me messages for me to edit it. So I thought that was one of the most useful things about Clanview. If you're trying to get your other family members interested and contributing to the tree. What was also really good about that was how you could alter the link to alternate the home person. So when you're sharing it with your relatives, you can individualize it to each person and they can see the tree from their perspective, which for a lot of people who aren't really doing genealogy all the time, it makes it much easier for them to see it from their perspective. One more thing that I didn't really cover in the video, but that I just wanted to mention, was when you scroll through the each little individual's white sort of box underneath them with their info in it, you'll see that there are some hyperlinks in there. And if you've got things like photos and things like that, they're just coming through the original GEDCOM file. So if anyone clicks on that link, it'll take them through to where your original tree came from. So for example, I uploaded my GEDCOM from Ancestry, and so if someone clicks on that photo link, it'll take them to Ancestry, which will ask them to log in. So obviously that's not ideal if you're doing it that way, but there is sort of a workaround for that. If you create sort of a Dropbox account or a Google account and upload your photos and things there, people will be able to open them. So you can still keep your tree on private and keep your photos and things relatively private, like only people with a link will be able to find it. I know that bit sounds a little bit technical, so I thought I might just dedicate a second video just purely to that. So stay tuned and I'll make another video showing you how to manage your photos and things in conjunction with Clanview, because I think it'd be really useful. But meanwhile, I highly recommend that you head on over to clanview.com and give it a try, because it was so much fun and I'm sure all of your family and friends are going to love it. And once again, just to remind you, this was not a sponsored video. I just really, really loved this website. That's just all my own opinion. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Please leave any questions or comments down in the comment section below. Otherwise, you can send them directly to the people at Clanview, who are lovely, and I'm sure they would love to answer your questions. If you do end up giving Clanview a try, please let me know in the comments how you go with it. Happy researching, everybody, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye!